Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Amit from Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. In last discussion we discussed about pharmacology of LA. Now we are discussing about pharmacology of vasoconstrictors. So why we need vasoconstrictor? So as you know, all local anesthetics are vasodilators in nature, and if we use plain LA, it will increase blood circulation to the area of injection. That will increase the reuptake of the drug, increase the systemic level of the drug, chances of toxicity will increase, the duration and depth of anesthesia will be lesser. So when we provide local anesthetic with vasoconstrictor, it constricts the blood vessel at the area of injection, so it decreases the blood flow to the surgical site. So our surgery will be bloodless. It will increase the depth and duration of the anesthesia. It will decrease the rate of absorption into the bloodstream, so the chances of LA toxicity will be lesser. So these are the advantages and these are the needs why we need a vasoconstrictor in local anesthetics. So coming to the pharmacology, the vasoconstrictors are basically adrenergic drugs. They are based on the presence of catecholamine ring as shown in this diagram. It can be of classified by chemical structure into three types: catecholamines, non-catecholamines, and phalipressine, which is a separate variety, a synthetic analog of vasopressin. So basically what we use in common routine practice are the catecholamines. We can call it as epinephrine, norepinephrine, and one synthetic supplement, that is levonorepinephrine. By mode of action we can classify these drugs as direct acting, indirect acting, or mixed acting. Direct acting means the drug will directly act on the adrenergic receptors. Indirect acting, as we know that these adrenaline and noradrenaline are secreted in our body by adrenal gland. So these indirectly acting drugs will act on the adrenal gland and make it release the systemic norepinephrine. So this way it is more of systemic type of action. What we need is more of local type of action. So the direct acting drugs are our drugs of choice. So before going ahead to the individual drug, a small introduction about receptors through which these drugs act. So basically our body has adrenergic receptors. We have studied it in first year. Alpha and beta receptors, further divided into alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1 and beta 2. So in general, alpha is associated with constriction and beta is associated with dilation. So same drug, the adrenaline, when it acts through the alpha receptor, it causes vasoconstriction and bronchodilation. The same drug when acts through beta receptor, it causes vasodilation or bronchodilation. So on the heart and small intestine and bronchi, the more of beta receptors are present, whereas on peripheral vasculature more of alpha receptors are present. And coming to affinity, our drug epinephrine has both alpha and beta affinity equal, while as norepinephrine is more of predominantly alpha action. So the vasoconstriction, peripheral vasoconstriction is much more intense in norepinephrine. So coming to our first drug of choice, which is the most popular or most widely used vasoconstrictor in local anesthetic combination, is epinephrine. Epinephrine, the main disadvantage with it is it has a very low shelf life of 18 months just. So because it get oxidized in the environment. So for this purpose we have to add sodium bisulfide or metabisulfide as an antioxidant in the solution. It will increases the shelf life of our amide anesthetics, but the disadvantage is this is the component responsible for allergy in some individuals. They act directly through alpha and beta receptors. In low dose predominantly beta effect, in large dose predominantly alpha effect. In systemic actions, it increases the force and rate of contractions, stroke volume, myocardial oxygen use. It increases the systolic BP, coronary artery perfusion get increased. So these are the good points regarding epinephrine. So initially when in a local injection, when its concentration is high, it acts through the alpha receptor on the vessels and it gives us hemostasis or vasoconstriction. But with slowdown or with reuptake, the beta action predominates, and sometimes we can see delayed vasodilation or delayed bleeding after 6 to 8 hours at the surgical site. It is also a potent bronchodilator, which is good in cases of asthma or allergic emergencies. Mostly no effect on the CNS, but reuptake and metabolization is by COMT, that is catechol-O-methyltransferase, and monoamine oxidase enzymes. So clinic application, apart from LA, it is a drug of choice in management of emergency situation like allergies, bronchospasm, cardiac arrest, hemostasis. It decreases the absorption into CVS, increases the depth of anesthesia, duration of anesthesia, and it also causes mydriasis also when needed. As I discussed earlier, norepinephrine is the second drug which is not of much use because it lacks beta action, that is the good actions are missing here, whereas the alpha related action, that is the vasoconstricting action, is very intense. It will result sometimes in cases of palatal injection with norepinephrine, it can causes avascular ischemia and necrosis of the soft tissues also. So it is not much of popular use. Whereas levonorepinephrine is the synthetic vasoconstrictor of epinephrine properties. Properties are almost similar, but the efficacy is much lesser as compared to epinephrine, so we requires in it is a much higher dose. So the chances of systemic complications are more with this type of vasoconstrictor. So ultimately epinephrine is our choice. How we select the vasoconstrictor? It depends upon the duration of procedure, type of hemostasis which we need, post-operative pain control duration we will need, and most important, medical status of the patient. The average duration what we use lignocaine, when we use plain, the duration of anesthesia is hardly 10 to 20 minutes in cases of nerve block, while if we use with epinephrine, we can see here in the increasing dose from 1:50,000 to 1:2 lakh, we are decreasing the doses or increasing the dilution, but the efficacy is almost same, that is it gives us anesthesia of more than 60 minutes. So contraindications are basically the contraindication where the patient's systemic condition is not good, excessively high BP, ASA4 category patients, history of MI in last 6 months, angina episode at rest, cardiac dysrhythmia, refractory to the treatment, hyperthyroids. So basically these are the complications where we cannot even proceed with the surgery, forget about vasoconstrictor. So apart from these routine contraindication, there is no separate contraindication for vasoconstrictor. Even ASA says that typical concentration is local anesthesia is not contraindicated to the routine patient because the concentration is almost same what we achieve after a moderate level of exercises. So what this dilution means, 1:1000, 1:1 lakh, it means 1 lakh milligram in 1 liter of the solution, or we can say it makes 0.01 mg per ml, whereas 1:2 lakh will give us 0.005 mg per ml of the solution. So this is the way we express the concentration of vasoconstrictor in the solution. So if we, for example, if we say 1.8 ml is our lignocaine cartridge and we use 1:2 lakh concentration, the epinephrine is hardly 0.009 mg in the entire cartridge. 1:1 lakh, it will be 0.018. So resting plasma epinephrine level are doubled when one cartridge of 1:1 lakh is given, but that is not much as compared, it is almost equal to a moderate level of exercises. The recommended dosage of vasoconstrictor is 0.2 milligram per appointment. In cases of patient with ASA 3 or 4 categories, it is 0.04 mg per appointment. So number of cartridges accordingly we can use is 11 or 22. For example, if we use 1:2 lakh, we can give up to 22 cartridges of LA, but this amount of LA is not advisable because as we know the maximum concentration of local and lignocaine we can use in a single dose is 300 mg. So after 8.3 cartridges, there will be toxicity of local anesthesia, not vasoconstrictor. So the vasoconstrictor by toxicity range, they are safe as compared to lignocaine. So this is all about the role of vasoconstrictors in the local anesthetic agents. Thank you.